really look and observe interactions between the players and see how this offense really just gravitates or not to Russell Wilson, just to see that dynamic. And also Arthur Smith, see is there anything really noticeable with the offense? Obviously there's going to be something. It's early in training camp, so they're obviously not going to be installing everything. Everything I've heard, and I talked to somebody the other day that told me they are absolutely excited about what you're going to see from Arthur Smith's offense. They're like, you're going to be very, very happy with what you see. So right there, it makes me piques my interest a little bit right there to see how much of a difference it is.
Caboli with us yesterday here on the Fan Morning Show, our Steelers insider from The Athletic. Well, they better be excited. They had Matt Canada before. And so this guy's going to be better than him. Guarantee?
Yes.
Guarantee. He'll be better than that
There's
guy.
no question.
But it's not good enough to just be better than that guy. Like, you've got to actually have a good offense this year. And so here's where I did the math, Dorin. You had something to add first?
No, I just think it's funny because, everybody's going to be excited for a new offense. Like, I remember everybody was excited whenever Nate Hackett came into Buffalo and his offense ended up being trash. So, it's just funny. But, obviously I love Arthur Smith and know him very well. So I hope that it does translate. But go ahead.
Well, I asked this poll question on the Twitter.com. Which combo would lead to a better offense? Russell Wilson with Matt Canada or Kenny Pickett with Arthur Smith? So we can get into that a little bit later on.
Let's get into that for sure.
We'll definitely get into that. But so I started to do some math because it's not just enough for Arthur Smith to be competent and better than Matt Canada. That's not going to get you very far. If you want to win at a high level, you got to score points. So here's where the math comes in. The teams that made the playoffs last year in the NFL scored on average 25 points per game. That's even factoring in the Steelers' outlier at 17.9 points per game. So the Steelers were far and away the worst offense to make the playoffs last year. Even factored in 25 points per game was the average of the teams that made the playoffs. The teams that won in the playoffs scored on average 31 points per playoff game. So you want to win in the playoffs, you got to score. I'm seeing 45, 31, 26, 48, 24, 32, 31, 24, 27, 34, 34, 25. There was only one game that was the outlier in the playoffs last year. Kansas City beat Baltimore 17-10. Other than that, the low water mark for winning a playoff game was 24 points. So you don't just need Arthur Smith to be better than Matt Canada. You need to be around 25 points per game in the regular season, and you need to be able to score when you get into the playoffs. Do you think they've got that recipe?
I think they will have that recipe for two reasons. Arthur Smith's offense will make sense. There'll be a rhyme or reason to it. And I think that the normal football watching eye will be able to identify that. Last year, it didn't take, former NFL players or football minds to figure out that Matt Canada didn't know what the hell he was doing. There was no continuity to his offense. You'll be able to see that, and that makes things a lot easier for the players, and that makes sense to playing football and running an offense. And then two, you have a quarterback who has won a Super Bowl, who has played in the league for over a decade. That helps a lot. And I know Mike Tomlin he definitely not just appreciates that, but wants that and not have to worry about grooming a young quarterback alongside being a head coach, alongside trying to run a defense, alongside, doing other things. So that does compute to what you're saying. Well, just those two reasons right there.
That's well said, man, because not only were they having to teach Kenny, you could tell they didn't trust Kenny. Just the way that they had him manage the game. Don't turn it over. We'll, quote unquote, unleash you come the fourth quarter. It was basically, hey, Kenny, don't screw it up. We're going to run the ball, play defense. Young quarterback, year two. Tomlin doesn't trust young players an awful lot. We saw how long it took to play Broderick Jones. We saw how long it took to build up the snaps for Joey Porter Jr., and that's not even at the quarterback position. But then you also had Matt Canada, and I'm not sure they had a lot of trust in Matt Canada either. Enough trust to not fire him when they should have fired him earlier, But we heard all the stories coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Mike Tomlin had to play babysitter, basically. My hope is that with Russ, with Arthur Smith, to your point, Mike Tomlin can say, "You guys do your thing on the offense, and I'll be the defense guy, and we'll figure it out."
Yes.